Guys, right here from Rock 105, hanging out with Phil, Ollie from All the Remains. What's going on, fellas? We're in Vegas, baby. This is not your first trip to Vegas.
No, and in fact, this is the most recent. I think I was here 2 weeks ago for SHOT Show, and I lost a ton of money at the blackjack tables, and I haven't gone at all this time.
You ever play blackjack at all?
Not this time, no.
How about you, Ollie?
I don't gamble.
Oh, it's just against. Not good at it. Just said smart man.
I don't
want
like
to give your money away.
Money.
Me either. And look,
Giving money. Totally
right. Well,
money
you know what? I was talking to somebody. Do you play blackjack? Is that what you play?
Yeah, that's my game.
So there's this table. I don't know about this because I never played the blackjack. I've only played the slots. But apparently there's a table where you make a bet, and it's a free bet if you get like between 9 and 13 or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? And if you get when your cards come out, if you have anywhere from 9 to 13,
I'm going to find it.
They double your money.
Oh.
And if you lose, if the dealer wins, you don't lose anything.
I didn't know about that, but I want to find out.
Yeah, there's one of the guys.
we only have like an hour, and I'm gonna get on a plane.
One of the guys from Shallow Side was telling me about it last night. He was like, "It's the easiest way to win money." He made $800 the other night doing it.
Jesus.
At two different tables. Yeah. Plus he was giving me some other tips. I'm not a gambler though, so you know. But earlier we were talking about Tom Brady, right? Now a lot of people hate him. We know that, but he is. I mean, you got to say. And by the way,
the greatest of all time, which is why people hate him. He is the GOAT. There is no longer. I mean, Montana was like there was
4.
Yeah, 4. I mean, and granted, I know people are going to be like, oh, well, Montana, won 4. He only went 4 times, and he won 4. Tom's been 7 times. He's got 5 rings, and his numbers just crush. And he isn't done. He's not done. Next year.
How many more years do you think he has left? Honestly,
I think 2.
2 more years.
2. I mean, maybe 3.
Well, apparently the guy that.
I'm saying 5.
Well, now listen. I'm gonna tell you. Listen.
I think he's going to be unprecedented. Yeah.
Now that's interesting because I'm gonna tell you why. I was listening to one of the sports shows on ESPN, and apparently Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and one of the older quarterbacks also that's in the league work with the same trainer.
Really?
And this guy's philosophy is these guys can play until they're about 45 years old, effectively.
I would love it. I would love.
In fact,
love it. It would be.
It was Brett Favre was the other one.
It would be wonderful.
I mean,
So
look at the kind of shape he's in.
He's in great shape. I mean, the guy didn't miss a beat this year. I mean, obviously the most valuable player I thought in the league this year for his team, and especially after. That's why I think they should wait until after the Super Bowl to name the MVP because
I agree.
that performance. Yep. I mean, and it was Tom Brady. I mean, for people who don't even like Tom
I
Brady,
gave up on the game,
whatever.
I'll be honest, third quarter.
I did too. At 28-3, who doesn't give up? And then, like I told me and Phil were talking earlier, 28-9, going into the fourth, you just figure there's not enough time in the game.
Missing that extra point, I was just like, you kidding me?
Yeah, there's not enough possessions left for you to come back, and then you sit and watch. But this is what's interesting. I'm not a New England Patriot fan. I love the team that is actually the best, which is the Eagles. Right?
Isn't the best team the one that wins the Super Bowl?
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Damn it!
No, hold on.
I thought
Eagles.
Why do I bring the Eagles up? This is what happens every time. These fucking guys are laughing at the Eagles, man. We're coming. We want to join the party.
Yeah, I mean everybody wants to join the party. But
God damn it! Seven times in the last 7 years? You guys are always in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so I mean, I gotta say, man, in my lifetime, easily the best Super Bowl performance I've seen by an individual.
Yeah.
And of course, it's not just Tom. They had an entire team, but he's the general, so he's the one that made it happen. And then I was gonna say, yeah, and then I mean, of course, the coaching, the adjustments and stuff. So, it's almost ignorant to say Tom's not the best you've seen because
it's
probably is.
If someone says that, it's all emotional.
Yeah, they it's because they're a Montana fan or they're a Marino fan or something like that. Because
and that's not. See, the thing is, nobody that says Tom is great or the greatest ever is trying to take anything away from
anybody
Marino's
else
accomplishments or Montana.
Right.
You're like, no one is.
But there's no other way to judge greatness other than your accomplishments, right? Yeah. I mean, that's really in any area of life.
Black and white, especially with sports.
Yeah. I mean, your accomplishments determine your success. I mean, he's done more than any other quarterback at this point, so.
He's not done.
He's not done.
Oh, if you're not a Patriots fan, you're so mad at me now, but he's not done.
I think people quit partly because they don't really love it anymore.
I
think that's part of it. And I think he studies the game. It's like he's going to do it until he can't do it anymore.
And what's cool, too, is, I mean, after everything was said and done, the one guy that tried to derail the whole season has to hand him the trophy. I mean, that was the reason why I picked the Patriots to begin with.
He couldn't play the first 4 games,
Yeah.
and then Goodell had to give him the trophy. God, it was so brilliant. Did you hear the boos?
Oh, yeah.
Roger
Yeah,
Goodell,
and
you're
then-
an asshole.
And then the coach, the defensive coordinator gets off the plane with the Goodell with the nose on his. So I'm like, man, they're trolling him hard now. I mean,
Totally,
it's got to
he
be.
is a clown. It was all.
Yeah.
I don't know what his problem is with the Patriots or whatever, but it was all just trying to poke at the Patriots,
Yeah.
and then they're just like, beat it.
So-
They won the Super
So obviously you're on a high note after the Super Bowl, and now you guys got a new single coming out, Madness. I've got a chance to listen to, and Safe House is out as well. I got a chance to listen to both of those. Because I follow you on Twitter, so you're an interesting individual, to say the least. I mean, I like you because you're straightforward, and I think everybody who knows you, all your fans obviously know you, and they know you're very straightforward. And but I'm enjoying the new single. We're spinning the new single. Got to ask you though. I mean, maybe some people don't want to talk about this or whatever, but I'm going to ask because when I did see when you guys released the single and I saw it on, through Spotify, I believe, when I went down, it was through XM, Sirius Octane. So scroll down into the comment section. I'm sure you guys don't give a fuck. Maybe.
I don't read the comment. The first rule of the internet. Like, I'm from the internet, so
Is
like
don't.
I know meme culture and like I know what 4chan is and
Right.
and stuff. So the first rule of the internet is you just don't read the comments.
Well, then
If
let me
you
do
create
this.
Something you don't.
Well, let me do this because I figured that. I figured that's why I said I'm not sure you don't give a fuck. Let me do this then. Let me put it in this perspective. For the fans of All That Remains, hardcore day one purists, we went to every band has them. Especially the harder bands. The hate breeds. They're gonna have these purists, and if you depart one bit from what you're doing that they like, they are going to destroy you.
Dude, Suicide Silence has a record coming out, and there's a guy that started a petition to try to get the record label to not release their record. Like, oh, you put this out, and it's going to mess up my life? This guy's actively trying to prevent a band from putting a record out. Get a fucking hobby. I don't know if I'm supposed to swear
Yeah,
or
you
not.
can cuss, yeah.
Yeah, but get a hobby. Like, you need to find something to do. If you would ever spend your time trying to prevent someone from releasing a record, you need to get a hobby. There's tons of porn on the internet. I've seen a lot of it.
There is.
There's so much porn on the internet. It's great. I love it.
But look, but for a fan who's saying, look, man, like I love you guys being this way, just from your perspective as musicians and artists, right? Whenever you're making, and you are making a departure, let's say like with Madness, we're going to make a departure here. Whenever you come to that decision as a band, and you say we want more, we want a bigger audience, we want to reach more people that maybe they're not so into the heavier stuff, right? I don't know what your process was when you were doing this. I'm just saying
something different every time. We're not licking our finger and looking to see how the polls are, man. We just want to do something that we just haven't done yet, because that's interesting as an artist.
right.
And it would be a freaking sellout to do the same damn record over and over again.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how I feel.
I totally agree with you. And like you brought up the term sellout. Like, if you're doing something or making music and specifically catering to an audience that you have catered to or that has started and found something to attach to, is it a sellout to try and change and do something different, or is it a sellout to be like, okay, this is the safe play where I know I can make my money? It's like I know that I can cater to this narrow group
Right.
of people, and if we don't stray, these people will keep buying our records. These people will keep coming to our shows. Is it a sellout to be like, I'm gonna try something different? And there are people that are gonna say that. There are people that are. I mean, people have been saying sellout about us since 2006, since we put out The Fall of Ideals. Which
Really?
dude, singing.
Oh, jeez.
We started doing like clean choruses, and people were like, "Oh, sellout." And
That's
so
not
like,
metal.
yeah, and it's like, fuck it, give me a fucking break. I mean, like we've always tried to push and change.
Well, and
stuff,
the thing is that even with the situation with Metallica and Gaga, I saw where there was a lot of hatred, from the metal community. Even though I don't consider at this point Metallica is not really what you consider metal,
They're a
in
hard
my
rock
opinion.
band.
Right, they're a hard rock band. They maybe back in the '80s when they first hit,
sure.
that's what we all thought metal was. But now they've departed and they've continued with their success. And then a lot of fans are upset, saying, "Well, I saw they're just like, well, why is Gaga? She's a pop artist. Blah, blah, blah. And first of all, they don't know anything about Gaga. Obviously, she's a big metal fan.
Yeah, I guess she is,
huge
isn't
metal
she?
fan, right? She's a big Iron Maiden fan. But the thing is that Metallica invited her to sing with them. It was their invitation to her. Not only that, she just got done doing the Super Bowl. She doesn't need to do the Grammys. She just did the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl's bigger.
Right. The Super Bowl is the biggest stage in the world. You couldn't get any bigger than that. Everybody sees you now. It's not a concert for just your fans.
And the thing is, Gaga's like, she's such a big star and such a big act that it almost nothing that she does is like, oh, let's try to reach out to people that don't know who Lady Gaga is. Like, come on, everyone knows who Lady Gaga is.
Or don't know who Metallica is.
Yeah.
He doesn't know either one of those people. But the thing, too, on top of that is they're musicians. Those are musicians.
Yeah.
It's what musicians do. So I always thought of it like this. Let's say that, let's say Bruno Mars wanted to cover, right? I don't know, a Slayer song. And let's say he destroyed it. He killed it. Would you not say, as a rational human being, like, man, I'm not a fan of Bruno Mars, but, man, he fucking wrecked that song. Holy shit.
Now you put this idea in my
Right.
head.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter, even if you guys took a pop song and did it, and why would somebody
It's
say...
intention, man. It's not the
I just don't get the hatred. I don't get the
Pop and metal are the same thing. Listen to the melodies and the chord progressions. It's the same fucking thing. It's just a matter of the delivery and the instrumentation. People don't understand. People don't understand that. That don't really know music that well. But it's it's all about delivery, man. The first metal was the person who decided they want to play the strings harder or whatever. It's just the intention.
Right.
It's an attitude. It's not how high your gain setting is.
Right. So I'm thinking to the fans. They'll go way back. To go back to you guys from the beginning. Give us a chance. Like
just listen to Safe House.
Yeah, there you go. Just listen to Safe House.
I mean, and that's the thing.
One.
Like this conversation here has kind of been like talking about the kind of more pop stuff, but it's almost like people forget that every single record All That Remains puts out has heavy stuff on it. It's like people focus on the stuff that's not as heavy, but every record. I mean, last on the order of things, there was No Knock, there was Criticism and Self-Realization, there was Pernicious. These are heavy songs. Yeah, I mean, and it's like it's almost like because you've done something that's outside of the lines, because you colored outside the lines, we're not even going to pay attention to all the stuff that you colored inside the lines. This record, I don't know, you guys have heard Madness and you've heard Safe House. And there's 5 songs on the record that are exactly what you would expect from All That Remains. There's some songs where we kind of were like, all right, let's push this and maybe change what All That Remains can do or what All That Remains is allowed to do. But it ain't like we're not heavy anymore. And if you're just like, oh, they're not heavy anymore, then you're just not listening.
Because they released the song on the radio.
Yeah,
which asking too much probably
Well, Asking Too Much is a great song.
I know, but that's what I mean. So those are all songs that people love. But listen, all our listeners that listen to our station, obviously we're down at Camp Lejeune. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. We're
right outside
right at Cherry Point. So we're right there. Those are our listeners, the Marines. So if
Geiger Tigers.
Yeah. So if you want to send them a message, man, because they're going to see this. Obviously, if you want to send them a message, it's been a while since you've been down around that way.
It's been. I mean, geez, when's the last time we played in Camp Lejeune?
Or it was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did the signing. Yeah, we did the signing at the on Lejeune at the PX. But yeah, so I mean,
obviously
boys,
you can do.
I'm one of you. I'm your guy. Love you guys. Right. Specifically E5 and under.
As an outsider listening, I'm intrigued by what you said about pop and metal are the same thing. Because I feel like it is.
It is. Lady Gaga is a metal artist with a popular thing.
Even fucking Metallica was like, she could be our 5th member. Yeah. I agree with. I agree with that statement.
Dubstep to me is like tech metal with a different delivery.
I love dubstep.
Yeah.
I love Skrillex.
You know what? That's awesome. That's
because I'm listening to the big picture. I'm not a stylistic war kind of. Oh, that's goth metal. It's like, fuck that, man.
All right, guys, we got to end it here, man. Phil's got to get on to the rest of his day, so man, I appreciate taking the time to hang out with us, man. Ollie, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
And looking forward to going out and getting Madness. Also, check out Safe House if you haven't heard it yet. All That Remains, Las Vegas, baby.